Hi, these are the mobility and activation exercises that go with the home conditioning videos. So you would do these mostly before training sessions. You can do them any time of the day if you like, but mostly before training sessions. So we're going to work through them. So this is something that you could do before running. It's an ankle mobility exercise. So you start by putting your foot up towards the door. You stand in a split stance and then you bend the knee, the front knee. And then if you can do that, move the foot back a couple of centimetres and you keep going back until you can only just touch. And you do about a dozen reps on each leg. Okay, the next one is a swim mobility exercise and it's called floor angels. Now you can also do wall angels, which are exactly the same, but they feel easier on the floor. So do these first, and if you get really good at them, then you can do wall angels. So on the floor, knees bent, elbows and wrists in the floor, small at the back on the floor, and then push out, arms above your head. At some point, either your elbows or your wrists or your back will come away from the floor. You should be able to get right out there. I'm not very flexible in the shoulders, particularly on this right side, but you would move backwards and forwards. Okay, next we want press up lunge rotation. So you start in a press up position. Then you can do thread the needle. That's a really good one for running for hip mobility, or you can do it for swimming for upper back mobility. The next one is thread the needle. So you're kneeling on the floor. And then with one hand, you're going to reach right the way through, as far as you can go, and back. Then thread the needle. So next we've got another, this is another swimming one that you can do. These are called sitting torso rotations. Actually, we'll do them on here because this is better. So sit on the edge of a seat, knees, ankles, hips, 90 degrees, sit up tall, fold your arms across your chest, and then turn, breathe in, do 20 in total, one to the left, one to the right until you've done 20. Next, these are hip flexors. So take your shoes off so you don't get into trouble. You can do these on the floor, but I find it's easier on the legs if you rest on a soft chair. So knee goes into the back, foot goes up here, stand tall. Okay, push the hips forwards and back, so you're getting a stretch here. You can also reach up. This is a little bit of wiggling. You can move the hips from side to side. Okay, this lifting your arm up gets a stretch right up here into the back of the pelvis. Okay, so those are all the mobility exercises. We've got a couple of activations, both with the foam roller. One is for the glutes, so just perch on the foam roller, roll backwards and forwards, do 10 passes, so it's 1 and back is 1 pass. So do 10. So I don't feel much of a reaction there, but there I'm a little tight after yesterday's run. If I roll in there, I'm okay. So I found a tight spot here, just in that position, so I spend more time on that. Maybe different on the other side. So that's glute rolling, and the next one is foam rolling for the lats. Now this is not a pleasant one. So lie on your hip, on your side, just rest the foam roller underneath the armpit, and then you're not going to get a great deal of movement here. You can get a little bit more, and you can also use this hand to regulate a bit of pressure on the floor. If you're more comfortable on that, you can go a bit further down as well. Now you don't have to do them all in one go, although you could do, but just select the ones that you want to do before you go training. Do them every time and it'll just loosen everything up and activate some of the muscle fibres, loosen the fascia before you start training. It'll just make life a lot easier. You'll feel a little bit more mobile.